Good morning, my friends. This is Rice Miller, coming to you today with an announcement. I'm afraid it's time that I come clean. I am moving. I am moving to a place that is not in any serviceable area for an ISP, and thusly, I will no longer be able to post videos. Not even a data service provider is in the area. No Starlink, no 5G, nothing. But before I leave forever, let us enjoy what time we have left by opening this care package sent to me by the town I'm going to. You see, it's a bit of an exchange program. I'm going there, and some gentleman named, what was it? I don't know. It was a strange name. But the village I'm going to, town, small city, they call themselves a village, but they're not really a village. What I'm going to is called Whiterun. Very quaint name. It's in a very small county. Yeah. You see, I've grown so tired of the constant strife and political upheaval that my country is facing that I've decided to move to a quiet countryside where everything is peaceful and placid. It's wintry all year round. Anyway. Dr. Collector presents Whiterun. Honorary citizenship chest. Honorary. Ha! Alright. Certificate of title. In the name of Balgruuf the Greater, Jarl of Whiterun. I think a Jarl. It's not an American city, so I think Jarl is what they call the local mayor. Like maybe it's some kind of bird-master. I don't know. Jarl of Whiterun, hold, may it be known in the present and future that I, Preventus Avenici, steward to the Jarl, by virtue of authority vested in me by this charter, grant and transfer to the Dragonborn. I don't know if that's odd name to give me, but whatever. And his heirs, the property known as Breezehome, in the Plains district of Whiterun, on the present day. So yes, my transfer comes with a free house. Well, not free. What is this? I believe it is a map of the city I'm going to. Well, calling it a city is doing it. Maybe overselling it a little bit. It's actually quite small, as you can see. Let's see here. Two bars, two restaurants, I should say. They aren't really bars. That's good. A food stall, that'll be important. They've got a local church. Very, very nice. Oh, there's a local, I don't know what it is. I think it's some kind of like Legion, maybe? Legion Hall. They call themselves let's see, that's number 8. No, that's number 13. Your Vasker. Strange. As you can see, it's a very quaint little town. Alright, let's see what else is here. We have the remainder of my coinage from purchasing the house. We have a copper, a gold, and a silver. I guess they're called. Well, these have King Olaf One Eye. I was. I had come to understand that the persons of this place used a coin system called septums, but those had the local monarchy emblazoned upon them. Well, and here is the key to my new abode. A lovely little thing, is it not? The horse's head upon it. Ooh, a sealed scroll. This will be fun. What is it? What is it? Because of your invaluable service to me and my city, and knowing that your unique skills may be decisive in the future of Whiterun Hold, I, Balgriff the Greater, by my right as Jarl of Whiterun Hold, welcome you as an honorary citizen of our city and name you Thane of Whiterun. A Thane is sort of a local vassal, I guess. This is the greatest honor that is within my power to grant. A personal housecarl will be assigned to you, and a weapon from my armory will be awarded to you as your badge of office. My guards will receive immediate notification of your new title. In the meantime, accept this chest, which, in addition to a map of our city and the title of the property you have just acquired, contains our most precious symbols. The medallion with the horse emblem. Only two were forged in the time of Razman the Red, first Jarl of Whiterun. One has been passed from Jarl to Jarl, but so far no Jarl has ever considered giving the other one to a deserving person. It would be petty of me not to see that you are worthy of it. The Whiterun banner, the horse, symbol of our city, presents freedom, as well as nobility, strength, and loyalty to our people. Let it preside over your home in a visible place, and let it fly at the head of your retinues as an ambassador of our community. The key to the city. Reserved only for Thanes of Whiterun, it bestows upon the quality of guardian of the city, while symbolism that henceforth Whiterun is your home, and its citizens your family. The coins. These are unique pieces taken from the city's treasury that were minted under Yolaf One Eye to commemorate his victory over the dragon Numenex. May they serve as a reminder that, as Thane of Whiterun, you will never suffer hardships. The ring! Forged exclusively for you at the Skyforge by Yorlin Greymane. This ring is engraved with the name of the city in dragon language, and as a token of thanks for delivering us from the threat of the dragon Minmilnir. Forever at your disposal, Balgriff the Greater, Jarl of Whiterun Hold. Such a kind notice from the local bird master. We shall reseal this scroll just to make sure that it stays in perfect condition. And finally, the central piece. Where's the ring? Whatever. Alright. We have here our lovely medallion. It's a nice weighty piece. Oh Lord. How did it go so quickly over my head but not come up off it? There we go. Okay. On it is a lovely symbol of the horse. The region that Whiterun is in is actually quite mountainous, however. Whiterun itself is or the Whiterun hold itself is actually quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Plain, it's kind of a steppe. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? I shall be proud to hold it over my new abode and proclaim to everyone that I am indeed a member of royalty. Well, of his master's court, I should say. Okay, come on, sorry. I'm gonna fold this thing back up. You know what, I can fold it up later. Well, we should proudly display it. There we go. That is strange, though. A ring was promised, but was not delivered. C'est la vie, case of Asura, I guess. But, wait. We're supposed to go here? Yeah. Okay, I think this goes here. There we go. There we go. In you go, sweetie. In you go, precious. Come on. Huh. But I guess it matters not. I shall enjoy this, and I shall enjoy my new residency as a citizen of Whiterun, where I shall never more have to deal with political strife and woe and impending disaster and what's this? Ulfric has laid siege to the city. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another episode of Royce's Propped Up, where I, Royce, look at things from film, media, and television from television, film, and other things that are props, replicas, and nothing more. There's no such thing as Whiterun, and I certainly have not discovered a way to teleport myself into the world of Skyrim, where I had sought to seek refuge from my own woes and toils. No isekais here, sir. No. Okay, now that I've gone past that, let's look at this thing, because it says there should be a ring, but I didn't see a ring. Certificate title, got that. Commemorative coin collection, got that. Map of Whiterun, got that. Key to the city, got that. Whiterun horse banner, got that. Jarl Balgruuf necklace. Whiterun hold cartilage. There was a ring promised, Bethesda. Where's the ring? Maybe it's an invisible ring. Well, yeah, maybe. So why did Bethesda make this little ditty? Well, it's because Whiterun is... Okay, so I really should start at the beginning now that I'm doing this, because there's probably, given how old my viewership skews, there's a good chance people don't even know what I'm talking about. So, Skyrim is a video game from 2011, and different and a bunch of other times, where, oh hey, cool, it's got little flaps here. come on. Okay. This thing is so weirdly wrapped. Okay, I think I got it mostly. Okay, I think... Back in you go, precious. Back in you go. Whew. It's hot in here. Anyway. So, Skyrim is a game from 2011 where you go into the world of the Elder Scrolls and you fight dragons. Like, it's a very simple premise, but it's expanded on in some very unique ways. Skyrim is, as the name implies, like a very, well, it's kind of a Vikingish type environment. It's very cold, there's tundra and mountains, and the resident humans called Nords, obviously based on Nordic, are big, burly people with big, bushy beards. In fact, after not having beards in Oblivion, they specifically made sure to incorporate beards into Skyrim because it was set in, a place where beards are very common. But you can also see references and sort of homages to both Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones in it. Skyrim has a lot of tones of Winterfell or whatever the place that the place that the Starks are from. Oh. And you can tell that this is inspired by and I can definitely tell that this is inspired by Lord of the Rings because it bears, like, the sigil especially bears striking resemblance to the Rohirrim from Lord of the Rings. Horse people. Sorry, I just noticed there's a thing on the back here. Containing the city's most valuable symbols and treasures, the Whiterun honorary citizen chest has been crafted to bestow the highest honors upon those who have offered exceptional service to the Jarl and the people of Whiterun. Only a true Dragonborn is worthy of it. Copyright, trademark 2024, ZeniMax, Bethesda, Dr. Collector, age 14 plus. Not a toy. Don't you dare use this for playtime. This is not a toy. This is a collectible figure, okay? Yeah. No, it's a toy. It's a grown-up toy. Where did that plastic bit that the banner was in go? Oh well. This was actually not originally going to be today's episode. Today's episode was originally going to be trying to build the baby face from Toy Story, the weird spider baby. However, I found out the hard way that I can't use an erector set because the bolts and the little wrench that screws them is too tiny for my massive fingers. It turns out that children's toy was in fact made for children. C'est la vie, que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Maybe I can coerce my little cousins into building it for me. Not the whole thing. Just get the chassis and claws assembled. I can take care of the rest. I've got the baby head and a few other implements. I also need to find the hair trimmer I used to have. You see, back before I started shaving with just my electric razor, I used to have an actual hair trimmer that cost like $40. And I would use that to shave my head. But the problem was that, like, it got too uncomfortable, so I just started doing it with my electric razor every week or so, every couple of days or so. Also, my hair started getting thinner around the sides too. Like, it had been going bald up here since, 2017 or so. I do love this embossing. I didn't know what the chest was going to be, being honest. I thought it might be plastic or even, but I was hoping for wood. Having it be made of metal is both good and bad because, like, good in that it's a little sturdier, but bad in that you feel a little worse when you eventually have to throw it out. Because, like, this kind of thing, you hear that? It's very, very dentable. It's not made for purpose. It's not made to be very sturdy. Anyway, but why did they make an honorary citizens just for Whiterun? Because Whiterun is the starter city. It is the first major metropolis you go to. Like, you start off in Helgen, but that place quickly turns from a city into a burning pit because it is attacked by a dragon. Then you go to Riverwood, which is a very small village. And you know it's not a city because the difference between cities and towns in Elder Scrolls is cities are separate game cells from the outside world, so you have to load into it. And Riverwood isn't a separate game cell. It's in the game world. In fact, it's basically just one strip of street. Granted, most of the cities are also just basically one strip of street, but Riverwood is literally just like house, trader, inn, blacksmith, mill. And you've got like one other house in town. But Whiterun, that is the first place you go to. It is your city. And it's also like you also see like what Skyrim has to offer there. You see the strife embroiling it. There are members of a rebel faction called the Stormcloaks arguing with members of the Imperial Legion, the main government of the entire world that Skyrim takes place in, Tamriel. Well, that's a continent it takes place in. The world is called Nirn. So, like, imagine Tamriel is North America, Skyrim is Canada, and although it's more the size of a state than it is a province, Skyrim is more the size of a state than it is a country. Honestly, I could almost say that from the size of it, you could almost say it's like Germany back in the day. Like old school Germany, where you had the regions like Hassel. Or is it Hassen? I don't know. But I only know a little bit about German history because I was trying to research a Headless Horseman book because I wanted to, have the, and I was trying to find out why he's called a Hessian. And that led to a whole thing about like what Hessians were, and it's an interesting deep dive if you ever have a mind for history. But you go to meet the leader of the thing, and he kind of sets the standard for what royals are in Skyrim, and most of them are most of the royals in Skyrim are either corrupt, ineffectual, or both. Jarl Balgruuf is neither. He is a proud, strong person who just wants to protect his people. Um, and it's funny how, like, the only good Jarl is the first one you meet. Well, there's like one or two more good ones. The only other good one I can think of off the top of my head is the one who runs this tiny little town called Morthal. And the reason, and she's like a psychic. She gets visions, but it's because of that she's not doing too good at her job. She's aging, and her psychic ability is starting to become a burden. You know, it's that classic psychic conundrum of the older you get, the harder it is to control your power. Um, and then the High Queen is basically a puppet of the Empire, but Jarl Ulfric Stormcloak is a racist POS who basically just wants to take control of everything for his own purposes. I'm not going to say my personal opinions on this, but I will say that when Skyrim was being programmed, Texas was threatening to secede from the Union over Obama being elected. And I do think a bit of that was put into the game. Now, I could be wrong. That's just my hypothesis. A game hypothesis. Thanks for watching. I hate MatPat. Anyway, and like, it is very much a starter town. Like, it's where the Fighters Guild is. Where, you know, how to explain the Fighters Guild? The Fighters Guild is basically a team of mercenaries who do like combat stuff for gold, for money. In Skyrim, there is no Fighters Guild because the Fighters Guild was dissolved due to game lore, and they have the companions, which are just like a bunch of drinking buddies who go and fight stuff together. It's an interesting idea. There's also some weird stuff with them that I'm not going to get into because it's spoilers. And there's a lot of history in the city, like the reason why the castle is called Dragon's Reach, and it's built on a hill, so that it's kind of like this thing you see from everywhere in the city, or in the hold, you know, the county basically. But the reason why, that's Edoras. That's Edoras from Lord of the Rings. It is your, how do I say, I'm trying to explain this. It's playing off iconography while trying to do its own thing. Dragon's Reach is called Dragon's Reach because it used to contain a dragon in it. Olaf One-Eye, who you heard me mention earlier in the writing there, was this evil king who captured a dragon and held him prisoner as like a trophy. It's pretty fucked up, actually. And his skull actually hangs over the throne now, which, considering that the villain of the game can bring dragons back to life, I wonder what would happen if someone assembled all of the parts of Numenex and tried to revive him. Would he be as crazed as he was, going mad in captivity under Olaf One-Eye? Who knows? But, like, King Olaf was such a bad dude that they literally burn an effigy of him at the Bard's College every year. And the Bard's College is the Bard's College is one of the worst factions in the game just because it's so underdeveloped, which is sad because it would be cool to have Bard powers in the game, like, you know, being able to play an instrument and charm your enemies or something. Or maybe it could be that equivalent where you learn combat spells at the College of Winterhold, which is the Mage Guild equivalent in the game, and then you learn non-combat magic at the Bard's College. I don't know. Either way, I got this because, well, I'll be honest with you, I got it because it was on sale. They changed it from 95 to, it was either 65 or $95 to just 35. And I would not pay $65 for this. Honestly, $35 is a little much for it. But it was a fun thing, and I was feeling weird. You know, retail therapy and all that. Either way, I think that's going to be it for me today. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say about Skyrim. Oh, Breeze Home is the first player home. Like, normally, it's the first player home. You buy it for 5,000 gold. It's literally the cheapest home in the game. And it's very small, but it's an economy of space. It's got this lovely central hearth in the middle of, like, it's a fire pit, but it's like a hearth in the center of the space. And then you climb stairs and there's this large bedroom. Well, large bed in a small bedroom, but... And you can outfit it with a ton of stuff, like an alchemy lab and a kitchen and all this and all this nice stuff. It makes you feel comfortable. If I had to say my favorite place in Whiterun, I don't know. The inn is probably one of the most iconic just because there's a lot of quests that go through there. You have the Gilder Green, which is its own quest, a large tree that's dying, again, a Lord of the Rings reference. You have the priest at the Temple of Arcade needs you to clean some walking skeletons out of the catacombs. Like, very classic. It's very classic fantasy city. Like, other than Balgruuf, there aren't really any strong characters, other than Lydia, who is not really a character so much as like a utility item. She's the aforementioned house Carl that will carry your junk and help you fight enemies. And then there's the shopkeep Bellathor, who is a very corrupt individual. He says, if I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second. A very, very, very corrupt person. Kind of an asshole. Pardon my French. Anyway, that is going to be it for me today. Y'all go to the story spiller. Yeah, I'm out. Ugh.